let's review negative exponents. If you have 2 to the negative 1, that's 1 over 2. Remember how you take it to the opposite place to change the sign of the exponent? So if I have another way we can write 0.1, that's 1/10, right? To the n. So whenever n is negative, it flips it and it turns into a whole number. For example, you can rewrite this as 1 to the n, which is just going to be 1 over 10 to the n. Remember, power to power, you multiply your exponents. So whenever n is negative, this thing is going to come up and be positive. So, for example, if you have 1 over 10 to the negative 2, that's going to turn into 10 squared. Now, 10 to the n, if it's negative, 10 to the negative 2, that turns into 1 over 10 squared. So when n is negative, this thing gets bigger, and n is negative over here, it gets smaller. Now, if n is positive on this side, if you square a number that's less than 1, a fraction, it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. All right, so let's look at the clues. So it says n is greater than negative 10. N is greater than negative 10. Well, if n was negative 9, you have 1 over 10 to the negative 9. Is that greater than 10 to the negative 9? Well, sure, because that's going to be 10 to the 9th is greater than, 1 over 10 to the 9th. But the problem is, n is greater than 10, that means n could also be 1. So if n is 1, it's definitely not true. Anything larger. Now let's look at number 2. Clue 2 says n is less than 10, and for the same reason. Sure, once you get down and n's negative, it's going to be true, but not for the positive numbers. Hope that makes sense. So the answer is going to be, if you put them both together, n is greater than, so clue 1 didn't work by itself, clue 2 didn't. N is greater than negative 10. N's greater than negative 10. Negative 10. N's less than 10. That's just covering all your numbers, and that still doesn't work for the same reasons we gave for clue 1 and clue 2. So your answer is going to be E, nothing works.